Hi, welcome to the Jill on Money Coronavirus Market Update. We are recording this on Sunday at 7:21 p.m. Eastern Time. Mark, I just got off the conference call with the Federal Reserve. A lot of action there. On Sunday, about, say, a few hours ago, the Federal Reserve announced emergency actions to guard against the coming impact of coronavirus. The Fed slashed its benchmark interest rate by a full percentage point. We're now down to zero again. That's where we were during most of the financial crisis and the aftermath until actually 2015. Fed's also going to buy some Treasury and mortgage-backed securities. Remember good old QE? And the Fed's going to work with other central banks to try to keep money flowing through the financial system. So, okay, let's take a deep breath. It's been a rough go here. And I know a lot of you are far more concerned about your health and your family's health during this time. This is just a daily podcast that Mark and I decided to do to hold your hand about the less important part of your life, your financial life, but still, it's important, so we want to be there for you. That said, we'd love for you to send us an email. Our email address is askjill@jillonmoney.com. If you actually need anything on anything that has a dollar sign, just let us know. We want to help you out. And it is such a scary time. I get it. And Mark, I know you went to the grocery store over the weekend or late last week. I went early this morning, and I found that not a lot of people where I am were interested in Beyond Meat. So I am going to stock up on plant-based alternatives. That's what I'm trying right now. Okay, let's get to some of your questions. We're going to try to do a couple of these every day. This is from Joe, who wants to know the timing of his required minimum distribution withdrawals. And he writes, I previously set up quarterly RMD withdrawals, but now I'm concerned about current market fluctuations related to coronavirus. As the RMD is taken proportionally from all my investments, does it make sense to delay these RMDs until this period of uncertainty and upheaval passes? Yes. Absolutely. I would very much encourage you to do that and not necessarily make any sudden moves. And frankly, you can always do your RMDs later. Let's kind of put that on ice for now. He then asked how I got so much financial knowledge. It's in my genes a little bit. I've been doing this for a long time, Joe. It also may be part of the reason that sometimes I don't sound particularly freaked out when the markets move. I lived through the 1987 crash. It was my first year as a trader. I lived through 2008, 2009, and lots of stuff in between. So I don't want to be silly about this that, I've been there, done that. But there is something to be said for having lived through these experiences and coming out on the other side. Okay, Jim writes that he and his wife sold their house. They're closing in 2 weeks. They will be receiving about $350,000. They've rented an apartment for 6 months. So here's a question. Where should we put our cash until we decide what to do or where to go? We're 66 and retired, not taking any Social Security. They've got $700,000 in retirement accounts, $200,000 in cash and CDs, and some farmland that they receive cash rent from. No debt. Well, if you need your money for, in the next year, you cannot have it at risk. So I would go check out depositaccounts.com. That's a good place to park some of your money. Certainly, this would be a very important thing for you not to take any risk at all. You can look at maybe some short-term CDs or a high-yield savings account. Check it out and don't be rash about this. I know some people think there's some way to catch a falling knife and play the market. I wouldn't do that at this point. All right, guys. So look, be nice to each other. Be nice to your families. We're all sort of working under these very extreme conditions. And again, if you need any help, we are here for you. Mark and I are monitoring the email accounts and coming up with the questions that represent all of our concerns. Just send us a note. It's askjill@jillonmoney.com. And thanks for listening today. We'll check in with you tomorrow.